isn't it there?
Are we up and rolling?
Yes, we are.
Is auto face detect on?
How do I check that?
Probably is.
Yeah, it is.
Well, good morning. Thanks for recording, Caroline.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. 8:01 a.m. We're on the way back to the house. We just went to grab coffee, which is what we do every fucking morning. What's the coffee bill every month? What do you think?
2,000.
No. Come on. 10
That's
to,
a good guess.
See, that's girl math right there. AKA fucking autism. $10 to $15 a day times 30. $15 a day times 30 is $450, not fucking 2,000. Well, then again, with all the bags of coffee and shit that you buy, the machine, shit, maybe closer to 1,000, but I don't know about 2,000. That's not to flex. What I wanted to say this morning as we're driving back to the house and preparing for a work day is I was having this conversation yesterday in that there's been weeks where I've made $700 a week, and there's been weeks where I've made $70,000 a week. And now our business is pretty much consistently generating $70,000 to $80,000 a week. We're closing in on $100,000 a week, right? And I'm 21 years old. Sometimes I pinch myself because none of this shit feels real. We built Del Priori Hospitality to be quite the empire in the marketing agency space. And now we're in the process of building, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it under here, but Only Owners AI, which is a software business to find people's personal information and data. And I've made $700 a week and I've made $70,000 a week, and I'm still not a dickhead to people, because I understand there was actually a time where I was working harder to make $700 a week than I do now to make $70,000 a week. So this is my thought process, and this is where I get a little bit, I guess you could say, annoyed at people that are like, oh, that guy's a rich dick, that guy's just a pain in the ass, that guy's just a scumbag, blah, 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 blah. I can't stand people that disregard people that are clearly doing work at a low rate, $15 an hour, $20 an hour, to make ends meet, because maybe they just haven't found their way yet. If you're someone that already made it, right? Or what someone else's perception of made it already is, and now you're looking at people and you're kind of looking down on them, it's like, bro, don't you understand that at one point that was you? Maybe the reason that I'm humble now that I found money is because I was never born into money. And maybe that's you watching this video. If you weren't born into money, and if you were born very middle class like I was, or maybe even lower class or lower middle class, that is an advantage. That is a massive, massive advantage, especially if you're a guy. You do not want to be going through life and running through life with everything given to you on a silver platter. That's boring, bro. That's boring. God bless a dude like Donald Trump that was born into, let's say, millions of dollars, but still wanted to go out of his way to build something tremendous. Still wanted to go out of his way to make hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, try to become a president. That takes grit. You need to see a vision beyond your current self and beyond your current situation and circumstance to want to become that person and go on that journey, that long, difficult, challenging journey. And that's respectable, regardless of where you stand politically. It's not about that. It's about the journey. It's about going down that route, going down that path, and actually getting there. It's commendable. So this is my thought process. If you're someone that's trying to make it in 2026, and you're not where you want to be yet, and you don't drive the car you want to drive, you can't live in the kind of house that you want to live in, this is the fun part, okay? Once you already make it, once you're already making money and more of it only gets easier. Acquiring wealth gets easier because your investments compound more. You can make better hires. Once you've already made good money, making more money is easy. But things that are easy are not necessarily fun. The things that are challenging, that take effort, are the things that are almost always worth doing and end up really paying off in the end. So when you fucking need it, like when you absolutely need the money, that's going to be peak fun. It might not feel fun right now for you because you're stressed out, you don't know how you're gonna make ends meet, you're worried, all this crap, right? But I promise you, that's actually going to be the best part of the journey, because you didn't know what the future looked like, but you woke up every single day and you worked with an unfamiliar pattern working towards a future that's unfamiliar because you're not waking up and playing video games every day. You're not bullshitting anymore. You're going to the gym, you're reading, you're training, you're working, you're doing everything that you need to do, but you don't know what your future is going to look like. However, you still wake up and you try to become the person that wants to create a reality that doesn't exist yet. That is the beauty of building. That's the fucking beauty of it. So just keep in mind, like, the journey's not supposed to be easy. Hence why most people don't ever make it. And the reason I've been able to, you could say, make it at such a young age is because I went on this journey young. I started on this journey at 17. I locked in at a very, very young age. And now I'm living a very beautiful, fruitful life that I want to keep compounding on top of, and I want to keep building on top of. So if you don't know what you want your life to look like, I promise you, you're never going to regret working hard. You're never going to regret building. You're never going to regret any of the things that create a good life. And I promise you, you'll wake up in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, and you'll say, holy shit, all that work that I put in was actually worth it. Here we are. So keep that in mind. So what we're going to do...
That was really good.